All right, everybody, here we go. Welcome to another AMA from Legacy Capital. We're here today with Drunk Skunks, and we're wondering, Jay, can you introduce yourself a little bit? Tell us a little bit about the drinking club that you guys made and how things are going to work out. The NFTs are awesome. I myself have 10 of them already. And we're very excited to have you guys here. And please talk a little bit more about the project.
Hey, can you hear me okay? Can you guys hear me okay?
I can't really hear you. Can anybody else hear Jay?
Yeah, I hear him.
Yeah. You guys got me okay now? Let me know when you guys are good. I can't hear you guys responding back to me to confirm that my volume's good or anything like that. So
yeah, we're good. Sorry. That was my bad.
Okay, you got me now?
I got you, Jay. Sorry about that.
That's okay. No problem. Yeah, thanks for having us. We're excited to talk about the Drunk Skunks Drinking Club and our project. So I can go ahead and just, if you want me to, I can introduce the team and talk a little bit about our backgrounds and then give a quick project overview, talk a little bit about our roadmap and the in real life beer business that we have that's a part of this project, and a couple of contests that we have going on right now, some of the reward tiers for NFTs, and I can kind of go over all that stuff if you'd like, or if you just want me to kick it off and get started.
Yeah, I mean, go ahead, get started. I'm looking here at the webpage with you. Yeah, just introduce the team, the idea that you guys have behind the project, how you guys think about, bringing this to the real world and how that's going to work. And then I'll, after you give the introduction, I'll start giving you, asking you a few questions about the project overall.
Sounds good. Yeah, so our team, obviously, you're looking at the website right there, so we definitely have some Basie vibes. Our team's definitely inspired by that project a little bit, and obviously put our own spin on it with beer. And bringing it to BSC was intentional, just because there's a lot of reasons for bringing it to BSC, but we feel like it definitely fits the vibe and the culture of BSC. We've been in this BSC that's been our home for over a year, so we really comfortable here, and we love it. So for us, it was a good connection to make, and also the fees on ETH and everything. We feel like it's to our advantage to be on BSC and to launch the utility token along with the NFTs. So I'll just tell you a little bit about our team. We've got Lou, who's our CEO, and he's been a cryptocurrency developer, investor. He's worked in real life as a financial consultant and financial analyst. His role is going to be overseeing the project development, the big picture stuff, but he's also specifically going to manage the staking protocol, which I think appeals to his professional background as a financial analyst, to balance the project and provide that sustainability. Because so many times I see projects promising, 8 billion% APY or whatever it is, and then they're done in like an hour, right? So that's not anything that we wanted to do. And I think that Lou's background is going to be the cornerstone for staking and the management of that protocol to provide those consistent returns to investors, but also the big picture sustainability of that, which can be kind of looped back in a couple of different ways, which I'll talk about later when we talk about staking. But that's Lou, our CEO. We've got Randy, who's our CFO. Randy's role is, his background, he's been a successful business owner. So he's started and sold successful businesses, and, not only that, but in the same exact industry that we're in. So in the restaurant industry, in the beer industry, in the bar industry. So to have him running up the in real life business aspect, the beer business, is huge for us. So not only is he going to run that portion of it, but he's got all the connections and networks kind of laid out from his past experiences in multiple states. So he's all set to run the beer business and provide a lot of value to our holders, looping those profits back into the staking and profit sharing back to our holders. So Randy's going to give us a beer update a little bit later, but we're really excited that he's running that part of the project for us. It's awesome, and it's a huge advantage for us and for our holders. We also have Ace, who's working as our CIO, and I've known Ace for a while. He's been a successful cryptocurrency team manager, worked as a developer, and of course as an investor. I met him on a project over a year and a half ago in BSC, where he was managing a promotional team that really helped boost our project that I was deving. And he's going to use that knowledge and his experience that he's had in BSC to promote Drunk Skunks, manage our community, oversee a lot of the engagement, and increase the awareness and help us spread the word. That Drunk Skunks is here, and get that out to our BSC community. And I'm Jay. I'm working as the COO, and my background's been in public relations. I've worked as a leadership trainer, a corporate trainer in different sectors, not just corporate, but also government, education, and help train people and leaders in those different sectors. Of course, I've been a developer and investor in this space as well, and I'm just going to kind of be the voice of the Drunk Skunks. And I'm just going to use my background that I have in PR and leadership training to help market the project out and to drive this thing forward and push it to the highest levels possible, building that community, building up our brand. And we kind of have a well-rounded team. We've divided based on our strengths to kind of determine, our roles in this project. So we've all been part of the development of multi-million-dollar projects. And so we all have that experience working on a larger scale. And we're hoping to take Stinked and Drunk Skunks to just the highest levels that we possibly can. So that's a team. And I can go into a little bit, if you'd like, I can go into a little bit about the project overview and just kind of give you a 30,000 foot view if you'd like.
Yeah, that'll be perfect. Actually, the thing that interests me the most about your project is just the connection that you guys want to make with the real world. That drinking and having clubs and doing all these social events. If you hold an NFT, you're going to be part of a tight group of people, etc. So that interests me a lot. If you could talk a little bit more about how that's going to work, that'd be great.
Yeah, I would love to talk about that, because that's the thing that we're most hyped about. I think that it's one thing to just launch a token. It's another thing to try to do that crossover, like you mentioned. So I'll talk a little bit about it, but it's starting as a BSC project, but we want to provide an interactive social experience and exclusivity of membership so that when you buy that NFT, it's more than just an NFT. So of course the utility is going to be great. You're going to be able to stake it. You're going to be able to share in the business profit that's going to be returned to you through revenue sharing and profit sharing. But we wanted that to be more of like a badge, right? An exclusive social club membership. So the things that we're talking about doing, I think the three major pieces that kind of are that synergy of the Drunk Skunks plan and roadmap are to grow the NFTs and full mint that project, launch the utility token of Stink, and then have the in real life beer business. And all of those things kind of are a fusion together and feed off of each other. So, for us, we really start with the collection of 5,555 unique custom NFTs on BSC. We're going to launch the native token, Stink, which will have our utility token for the ecosystem. And then we're going to have the Drunk Skunks Pale Ale and Lagers released for commercial sale in the US. So we're going to have those things create a sustainable loop of profit sharing given back to our holders within our staking protocol. And, you can have the best ideas, but, in order to provide comfort and safety for our investors, we have the SAFU badge, the audit badge, the KYC badge. We dox to you guys, and we partner with Legacy Capital, which you guys have been awesome, super professional, and really helping us get the word out to BSC about our project. So those are some of the things that we've done so far. As far as specifics on the NFTs, they're all going to be stakeable, returning the staking profits to holders through profit sharing, revenue generated through the sales of the beer line, tax on the buys and sells of the token, and providing a backup that we're reserving funds sold from the NFTs for not only operational expenses, but also for buybacks to protect our chart so that we don't have people taking profit when they earn stink through staking. We'll be able to protect the chart and protect our investors and allow people to responsibly take profits, because that's going to happen. We're realistic about it. We don't want to provide any crazy lockup periods. We want to be liquid with that. So those are some of the things that we've done to provide some security for our investors. In a similar way, we have the Mint DApp that's available for anyone to mint NFTs right now on our website. We also will have that staking DApp that we're developing right now, and we'll have that shortly after launch to go live, which will allow your investors to stake the NFTs. On top of staking the NFTs, we're going to allow you to stake Stink and earn a staking multiplier. And nice. There are a couple things we're working out behind the scenes to allow for advantages for rarity within the NFTs. And the rarity is going to be based on the skins, which we'll drop more info about shortly. We're working up a graphic right now to be able to clearly communicate that to everybody. But there will be a connection between rarity and staking returns. And we've been kind of slowly releasing some of this information along the way, just to kind of continue to build up some of the hype about it. And also, as we get closer, we'll be more responsibly able to give you guys an idea about the returns rather than just coming out with blanket statements about the APYs. So
yeah, I agree. That's more professional.
Yeah, thanks. So those are some of the things that we're working on behind the scenes. But the NFTs, they've got over 120 different traits. So they are custom. They are custom made with clothing, backgrounds, headwear, facial expressions, etc. But the rarity is going to be based on the skins. And we will come back and drop the graphic. We should have it here shortly as well. We'll come back and drop it for you guys. We also have the 50 legendary Drunk Skunks, which we're reserving for bigger giveaways and auction. And those are kind of our filthy 50, we're calling them, right? They're the 50 founding members of the Drunk Skunks Drinking Club. That's our backstory. So these filthy 50 started the club, and they have traits that are unique only to them. So you won't see those anywhere else. And they're really custom, and they look really cool. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to check them out, but they are really cool, and they really are custom. And we're happy about those. And we've kind of, as a team, we've been going, oh man, I really want that one. Like the Freddy Krueger one, I had to have that one, so I know that each of us.
Yeah, I loved a few of them for sure. I've seen them, and they look pretty cool.
Yeah, each of us had like one that we were kind of drawn to, but there was definitely some discussion like, hey, we want this one, So I think that will appeal to everyone. I think in terms of looking at those 50, there's probably going to be one that jumps out at you that you want. And we have opportunities for our community to get those, to win those. And then the other cool part about it is, I mentioned Basie inspiration, of course, along with the Macy, right? The mutants. So we're going to mutate our Drunk Skunks. And the way that we're going to do that is we have our toxic beer. So the toxic beer is going to be free for all first 1,000 minutes. And then after that point, it's going to be sold for 0.1 BNB. But that will mutate your skunk into something completely different. And we're going to start dropping some previews about the mutants too, because they look so cool. And I can't wait to start to share those out with our community, share them out on Twitter. They're going to be tradable, and they're going to, again, have exclusive traits and utilities that are just for the mutant skunks. And we're slowly starting to reveal some of that stuff as we go. And as I had mentioned too, we do want to have that social experience about it. So we are going to plan a mutation party, right? A toxic beer party. And we are going to plan the, the beer line release for distribution, and kind of center those social events for our community as well around the events with the project. So the exclusive membership piece allows you entry into the social club experiences that we have, drinking competitions, social events. You've got to have membership. You've got to have a Drunk Skunk NFT, right? So to get into those events, that's kind of the ticket, right? And then the native token, you can purchase merch. You'll be able to purchase beer. You'll be able to purchase up more on our website with Stink. Of course, they'll be stakeable, and the Stink's going to be stakeable and will result in an increased APY when you stake it together. So that's just kind of a really quick run through on the project, really quick overview on the project. I kind of get to the roadmap at this point. I see you're there, and we've made a few modifications to that, but the big picture that we're looking at is build up our community, and it's been growing organically with your help. From Legacy, you guys have been great, and we've been building that community up. We're getting ready for our pre-sale on 10/24. That's Monday. It's coming up quick, 1,400 UTC with a 50 BNB soft cap. When we go live with that pre-sale, we've been minting NFTs along the way. We've got that custom NFT mint bot that goes off, and it's really cool that it displays not only the picture, but it displays those traits too. And it's led to a lot of discussion and a lot of community building. And I just love it. I love to see that go off, because it's going to start to, well, first of all, there's another member to our club, right? So we're growing and we're feeling good about that. But also it's got the discussion piece going. So it leads to real discussion in the group where people are talking about, oh man, look at that. That's cool. That's a cool trait. Or you got that skin. So we do enjoy that. It's definitely a conversation starter. But as far as the roadmap goes, we're minting NFTs. We're going to drop Stink on Monday. And then after that, our next event that's going to take place will be most likely is going to be the toxic beer, the mutation event. And from there, we're going to start to drop more about the in real life beer business. So I know that Randy has a couple updates on that. If you'd like to go to him, or if you'd like to, whatever you'd like to do, we can get an update on that from Randy. He can share his piece about the pale ale and lager and where we're at with that.
I have just a few more questions. Just going over the legendary NFTs. I hear that you guys might be giving them off. There's going to be a few competitions, a few things you're going to do for the pre-sale, and I'm assuming that the legendary NFT is going to give you a higher staking reward, perhaps. So it should be one to kind of keep your eye on and try to get it. So can you talk to us a little bit more just about what's going to happen for the fair launch and what you're going to be promoting?
Yeah, absolutely. We can definitely do that. So we have we actually have that graphic that we are sharing out with. I don't know if we can drop that somewhere, but it's the NFT tier graphic that we have.
Cool.
So it will actually have the reward tiers, and it also has the lottery prizes on it. So that's one thing that we're doing right now. So if you mint one NFT, it gives you a lifetime membership into Drunk Skunks, into our club. If you mint 5, it gives you a 5% bonus on whatever you buy in our pre-sale. If you're holding 10 NFTs, it gives you 10% bonus tokens. 15 NFTs gives you 15% bonus tokens. And then if you hold 20 or more, you're getting 15% bonus tokens and tax-free trades on Stink. But in addition to that, the top 10 wallets that have the most NFTs at launch are getting a legendary 1-to-1 NFT. So I think that's what you were referencing too, like with the giveaways. And the lottery, every time you mint one, your NFT mint gets you an entry. So it's like a ticket into this huge post-launch lottery that we have for a chance to win 10 BNB for the top prize. 5 BNB for the second place, 3 BNB for third, and then we've got 4 through 10 are holding 0.5 BNB. Will be rewarded 0.5 BNB. So those are our lottery, and we're excited about that. We're excited to do that giveaway. A lot of the BNB that we have from the mints will be reserved for that as well. But we're also doing a show competition right now, which is another thing I think you were referencing with the giveaway for the legendaries, where we're giving away 3 NFTs to 3 different people, and then also our winner for the show competition is going to get a legendary. So that's another legendary giveaway that we have. We have some more coming up that we're going to drop over the weekend and then leading up to the pre-sale on Monday. So stay tuned for that too.
Yeah, so I just wanted to bring attention to this because a lot's going to happen on Monday, and guys, you need to be positioned, and you got to make sure you win one of those legendaries because they're going to be worth quite a lot once this takes off. And one more thing, you have 2 audits, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
We do, yeah, we do. We actually have those posted in our community. We have both of those should be linked, yeah. And we had one originally from InterFi, and then you guys helped us get connected and get the second audit, correct?
Yes, yeah. We there's a company that we know, they're really good. Their audit is extremely extensive. I've actually never seen an audit that extensive before. With I think it's like 70 pages or something like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But and so it's great that you guys have 2 audits. There's 2 companies that have looked at your contract and have cleared you. So that also gives you a little bit more credibility, and gives your holders and investors a bit of peace of mind to know that 2 companies looked at it and it's all right.
Yeah, for sure. We love that. We definitely appreciate the second audit. It just backs it up, and I think it like you said, it's peace of mind, and that's what we want. We want people to feel safe investing. Like, we're investors, so we look for the same stuff. So
yeah,
we want to provide that for our. And actually, I was just going to say too, while we were talking, our mint bot was going off in our group, so people were minting NFTs. So I don't know if you guys are checking out our group too. Well, kind of hopping back and forth. But the mint bot was going off here around 10 after while we started talking. So we had a few more mints, a few more members in the club, and you guys can go back to our main chat and see some of those that have been displayed. They look really cool. Yeah,
I love the 103 and 101 that Ace forwarded here on our crypto lounge. They look really cool. Yeah, definitely.
Nice.
It's something I might even buy off of the marketplace, if you know what I mean. Just they look cool. They're awesome.
And if you see, thank you for saying that. Yeah, we appreciate that. If you see 103, that's got a different skin, so that's going to be a different rarity. That's a rare one. So and then also 101 has the diamond skin, which is a rare NFT as well. So those just happen to be a couple thrown in there that are rare. So it's kind of a cool example that we have right there for while we were talking.
Cool. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm actually going to check while you guys are talking. I'm going to check my collection and see if I have any of those. I've already minted 10, so we'll see.
Definitely check, because if you do, you're talking about 3% or less of the entire collection, really, from from each of those skins. So it is quite rare, actually.
Cool. All right, I think we can move on to the lager and how that's going to work, and what you guys are planning on. The beer. Everybody cares about the beer.
Absolutely, and I know Randy's done a ton of work to get us to this point, and I think we're basically at the point where, we've got the deals laid out, and it's just ready to ink based on the success of the raise and scalability. So, the fact that we have a smaller, medium-sized brewery to partner with, and then a medium-large-sized brewery to partner with to kind of churn out based on the scalability and the success of the raise is something that I know you spent a tremendous amount of work, as well as getting the flavor profiles down. So I'll turn that over to Randy and let him talk about that.
All right, Randy.
Thanks, Jay. So as was mentioned, I'm heading up the In Real Life brewery partnerships right now, and it's mostly because I've owned and operated multiple restaurants, bars over the past 20 years, and through those connections that I've made and relationships, with different distribution partners. I've been able to work with multiple breweries to produce a prototype that we're looking to launch and get some feedback on. And this is basically what we're discussing, the lager and the pale ale. Those are like the first two in our repertoire that we've been working on. When I was working with the breweries, one of the things I made clear is that I wanted to make sure that the beer met our desired criteria, which for me was high quality beer, something that's drinkable and great flavor. Those are the things that we really focused on when we were looking at the different types of beer and what we can include in those and the different kind of profiles we wanted to go with. So our pale ale, for example, when you try it, you're going to pick up notes of citrus flavors. So think of like grapefruits, lemons, tangerines with like a slight bitter taste to it. So that's like your typical pale ale. If you're thinking of something like a Sierra Nevada, very comparable to what that will be like. And then our lager, which is also very popular. You're looking at more of like a medium body flavor, sort of like a roasted caramel malt notes, very balanced, similar to like what a Yingling would be, if anyone's ever had that before. Very popular American beer. So that's kind of where we're at with that. Right now, like Jay said, the distribution amount, the ability to distribute it was going to, based on the success of the project. So, working with the smaller kind of like a craft brewery, that's going to be like for a smaller release. That would be like the initial offering kind of, if you want to think about it. So, what we're trying to do is pair that up with club membership in the NFTs. And if you have one of those NFTs, you will be invited to one of the releases. And that would be like the initial distribution. The exact locations aren't determined yet, but from where our breweries are located that we're working with are Florida and Texas currently. So that would probably be like the first two initial meetups for members of the Drunk Skunks Drinking Club. And that's kind of, where we're at with that right now. And like I said, it's scalable. So, if it's a big success and we're able to have a wider distribution net, then we'll look at, more cities and expanding it, of course, because the desire is there. And that's really what we want to do, is be able to interact with the community. That's why we formed the drinking club, for that membership, for that camaraderie, and people with like-minded ideas being able to sit back and enjoy a nice, tasty beverage.
Yeah, it sounds awesome. Everything about all the processes that you guys are going through, and all the I love the fact that you guys, even before launch, you guys already have everything lined up, and you guys have already planned. You already have, the taste of the beers that you're going to do all lined up and all thought about. You're not like most projects that, we'll launch something and then we'll think about what we're going to do along the way. And, they tend to be tripping over their feet all the time. So it's very cool to see a project that actually cares and actually does a lot of work before they come out and launch. And it looks really cool, guys. It really does. I have a small suggestion. I think, and I just thought about this. Maybe with the toxic beer, like party or something. Maybe make a beer that's like has a really, really high alcohol content.
Yeah,
and just do that for the party or something. Just sell it.
Yeah, when you think of toxic beer, right, it's gonna have something special going on there. So a high alcohol level would fit right in.
Yeah, just for the party itself, you can even sell them and use the profits for the project or anything, when you guys do the party.
Yeah, and we should have some images of the cans, hopefully, by tomorrow or the next day, so that we could start displaying that as well. They're currently being fabricated, so once we do, we'll make sure that that gets out here. We'll put it in the group here.
Cool. And I'm just looking at the marketplace. I do not have any of the special skins yet. Oh, I got to mint more then, I guess.
There's still time, yeah.
Hey, it's early. It's early. You got time.
Yeah. Cool. Actually, I'm going to just pop this up here because this is really cool, just so everybody can see. You guys are already listed on Marketplace. So, legit collection. It's all here already. The ones that have been minted. You can see all of them. If you're wondering, they're all really, really cool. Most of them. This one's really cool. The neon one with the skeleton. But yeah. Overall,
350 are legendaries. You can see they're on there just for people to see. Obviously, not for sale, but anytime you see those numbers 1 through 50, then they've got our 1-to-1s, right? So those are our legendaries, which are all custom drawn and different from any other NFTs that you see there.
Cool. And so far, you've had about 110 or so minted, correct? I think, 105.
Yeah,
cool.
That's right.
Yeah, the 103 is really cool. This one's awesome.
Yeah, so that's our trippy, the trippy skin, right? So that's going to represent, like I said, it's probably around 2%. I can get the exact number, but it's around 2%. So it is going to be one of the more rare.
1.9 here.
0.9, yeah.
According to this. And then let's see the blue one. Let's see what's the body diamond. 1.9 as well. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, these look really cool. I'll be buying a few more.
Awesome.
All right, going back. Do you have anything else just to say before we take some questions? Not sure if we're going to have a lot of questions today. I think we've covered most of it. As far as the token's concerned, do you have any taxes or anything?
Yes, we do. Yeah. So we'll have a tax for if you take a look. I think, did we display that on our website for you guys?
I don't think so. Let me check the white paper and see if you guys have it here. I haven't seen it.
Okay. I just queued it up.
It's inside the white paper, I think.
But yeah, I just queued it up in our group for you guys. But it's got, the tax on the token is 3% for the operations, which is going to go to, just driving this business forward, right? 2% marketing will be poured back into the project. The 2% staking is kind of a tax that we had discussed to just be able to provide a little bit of backup and returns to our holders through staking. So instead of reflections, those will be put back to the staking protocol. Whoever's staking their tokens, we will reserve that for them into that feedback loop, and then 1% liquidity. So it's an 8% tax total in and out, and that's kind of what we had come up with. Well-rounded, sustainable, allow us to do what we need to do with the project long term, but also not crazy high tax. But some of these 0% low taxes, I feel like we're not, they're just not appropriate for a project that has the goals that we have, that has the crossover into real life, and that has what we have going. So we felt like that was a balance between the low tax meta and taxing people too high for stink, because we want it to be liquid. We want it to be something that you can buy and feel good about, not being taxed too high, and know exactly where your taxes are going. They're basically all going right back to you and right back to the project.
Yeah. And you guys are all based in the United States and Canada, if I'm not mistaken. And I just want to say I love the teamwork here. You are talking. Ace is, sharing everything on our crypto launch, and you guys have a really strong and coerce team going here. Even when we work with you guys, we say, hey, we got to change this, and it happens really fast. So kudos to the team that you guys are really, really working hard on this.
Thank you. We appreciate that. And we feel like Legacy is just an extension of that team. Like, you guys have joined and fused with us. So it's been like a really organic process too, just joining up with you guys. So we appreciate you guys a lot.
Yeah, I got to say, you guys have been the easiest team we've worked with so far, to be honest. At least on my view. I don't know what Jerry thinks, but yeah.
Nice. Thank you.
And here's the Fair Launch link. I'm here on Pink Sale, just if you can see on the screen. So you guys have the SAFU badge, the audit, and the KYC. There's the few links here. You guys have an intro video, which is really, really cool. and your pre-sale starts in a little bit less than 3 days. We got the timer here, and just going over, it's going to be lasting for 24 hours. So it starts on Monday, the 24th, 1400 UTC, and then it ends 24 hours later. You're going to launch, you're going to wait 24 hours to launch after it ends, or are you going to launch right away?
We're going to wait 24 hours. So be the Pancake Swap launch will be the 26th, 1400 UTC. That's our plan right now. And our plan is to definitely build buy pressure for our investors, just with fair launches. So between the close of that fair launch and the launch on PCS, we definitely have plans to build buy pressure and provide value for our holders that have purchased our pre-sale.
Cool. I love the token metrics here. They're very, very well made. You guys got 20% for staking. You got reserved for centralized exchanges, which is brilliant. Team tokens, and then you have a little bit of unlocked, and you're going to be burning 17%. Everything checks out. Everything looks good. You're going to be adding 60% to liquidity. Obviously, you've passed everything here because you are Seifu. And yeah, cool. I'm going to open the floor for questions. If anybody has, raise your hand. I'm going to take a few questions. If not, we can make our final remarks. I'll wait a little bit for anybody that has a question. Is there anything on the community? Let me check here. Any questions? Mr. Benson had a question, I believe. I wonder if he's still here. Let me check. Just 1 second, Mr. Benson. Nope. Okay, here we go. So Mr. Benson is asking, in Drunk Skunks Drinking Club, you mentioned DSDC is one of your collections and Stink is your token. Could you please explain one of the functions of each Stink and DSDC and which is the most important role in your project? I think we've already talked about this. I have a feeling you've already covered this.
I think the Drunk Skunks, right? Those are our NFTs. I think that might be what he's referring to, right? So it's definitely the NFT project. We've got Stink as the utility token, and then we've got the in real life beer business. So those three aspects are the main components to the project of the Drunk Skunks Drinking Club. And, the NFT sales are your ticket into the club. Staking those NFTs earn Stink. You can stake Stink and get that staking multiplier on top of your NFTs and earn even more APY. And then, depending upon your mint, you could have a rare skunk that earns you a higher APY. So those are kind of the main components, along with the beer line, with the pale ale, the lager, and then the toxic beer, which will provide revenue and profit sharing looped back to our holders. So it's not just reliant upon the tax on the token, which we have. It's not just reliant upon the NFT sales, but it's also going to loop back revenue sharing into the process. So we tried to actually provide a staking protocol that's sustainable and will drive, all things will be driving each other forward. And we also had a really good question yesterday in an AMA that we were in at Nordic Wales, where someone had asked, how do you market the NFTs along with the beer line, and how do you go about that, and how does that look for people that aren't invested in cryptocurrency? And it brought up a really great point that I know Randy's been working on. So just a simple example, if you have a QR code, you have a way to link the beer sales back to your community, back to your crypto project, back to the club. When you buy beer, you're going to appeal to all of the people that might be interested in learning more about Drunk Skunks. If you think about it, less than 5% of the world invested in cryptocurrency, but how many beer drinkers? I mean, I don't know what the percentage of beer drinkers is, but it's much higher. The world population of beer drinkers is much higher than 5%. So, you instantly have it built in to expand people's views, not only on Drunk Skunks, but also cryptocurrency in general. Get people drawn in from the beer into your community, and those things will kind of mold together and have a fusion of feeding off of each other. So the cryptocurrency promotions we'll promote our beer. The beer will bring in new investors. And once we get that beer line rolling, that's why I've been saying this is a project to hold. Get in at the pre-sale, get your NFTs, and hold, and we'll drop and we'll deliver that beer line. And I think it'll just absolutely moon. So that's kind of one of the questions we had yesterday. I just thought I'd highlight that.
Yeah, I love it. Honestly, once you guys start adding the beer, and if the beer does well, the only way you're going to be able to buy the beer is through Stink, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, that right there is already a recipe for Moon, as far as the token itself, and the NFTs speak from themselves as well. Here's a good idea, guys. If you buy the pre-sale, and if you buy an NFT, and if you stake them, you're getting beer for free. While you're staking, you're basically getting free beer. So just keep that in mind.
That's a great point.
Yeah, you're basically getting free beer because you're going to be able to buy with the tokens that you're earning through staking. And just keep drinking free beer. Anyways, so we don't have any more questions. Do you want to make any final remarks? I usually like to keep the AMAs a little bit shorter than an hour because people have a really, really short attention span in this BSC, so they usually don't really listen to the recordings for more than 45 minutes.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I think we went over everything and just try to introduce you guys to the team, to the project, and really at this point, I think we've had some good discussion about the project. I would just say that we're really excited to bring this to you guys, and we hope that you guys will come join us in our Telegram. We've got a lot of fun stuff planned for the weekend and leading up to our fair launch as well. So come join in on some contests. Come check out our community. It's a hugely positive community, and come join us for some fun, crack a beer, and strap in here because I think it's going to be a great fair launch on Monday. Please remember our fair launch at 10/24 at 1400 UTC. That's Monday, 50 BNB soft cap, and we're going to leave it open for 24 hours. That'll close the following day, and we're going to give it 24 hours and launch 10/26, 1400 UTC on PCS. And all that information is available on our Telegram. All that information is available on our website, and we would love to have you guys come over and check it out and join in. So thanks for hosting. It's been a great AMA, and we're really excited for the weekend and for Monday. So thank you.
Cool. Thanks for coming, everybody. This is great. Again, Drunk Skunks Drinking Club. We're going to have the fair launch on Monday. Be sure to buy it. I already have 10 NFTs, and I'm going to be buying the fair launch as well because I think this is going to moon. Thanks for coming. I'll see you guys again next time.
Thank you.